Hello, hello, hello. It's time for another Motivation Monday, but to be honest, I don't know what to talk about. So, today, it's actually Saturday night when I'm filming this. I'm going to bring you along as I kind of prep my meals for the week. I don't do food prep in like prepping all the meals. I do some snack prep, and I may prep one or two things for meals throughout the week, and we make a meal plan. So I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite snacks that I prep, and then I'll show you possibly one of the meals that I prep. I think I'm only doing one tonight, and you may even get a sneak peek into my sausage, my turkey sausage. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, I've shown or talked to you guys about before, and it's my snack packs. This changes depending on what I'm feeling like for cheese-wise, but pretty basic. I have grapes here that we stemmed and washed. I've got a couple of gallon bags here too because grapes is a favorite, and you'll see more about that in a minute. But a handful of grapes, Hormel turkey pepperoni, 15 of these is only 1 point, so 15 slices is what we'll do. And then this time around, I wanted a regular cheese. I wanted more kind of that, I just wanted real cheese instead of the spreadable cheese. So I got this party tray. I got it at Aldi's, 2 slices of cheeses, 4 points. So this snack pack is going to be 5 points total. And it's super simple to do. It's like my grown-up version of a Lunchable, and it's something that I need this time of year because it is a busy, busy time of year at work. And I need quick, easy, ready snacks. So fill the grapes in the bottom. I fill this is a little Ziploc container that holds 2 cups. So I just make it look good. Put a little parchment paper in. Count out. Yes, I really do count out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 slices of pepperoni. And for this one, I want to do, I'm going to do 2 slices of Colby Jack in this one because that's just what I feel like if I can get it out. There we go. And there you go. 5 point snack pack. It's actually pretty filling with the cheese and the pepperoni and the grapes. It gives you that little bit of savory and the sweet that you need. I use this as a snack, or sometimes I use it as a meal replacement. So that is how you do this. Now, watch me speed through the rest, maybe. Get a big bowl. Dump your clean and stemmed grapes. You want them stemmed because my assistant is eating my food. You want the stems taken off because candied grapes you're gonna eat quickly. They're a great little snack, and you don't want to be messing with stems. Also, get seedless grapes for this. Your Jello powder. Oh, so good. Use the sugar-free Jello. Make it pretty. Then If you're doing as many as I am, make it pretty, mix it up. Take a look and see. I can tell you right now, for my taste, these are not covered nearly well enough. Some people, they would be. It's a texture thing. If you like just that little bit of sweetness, stop here. Like this one has the powder on it, but it's liquidy enough that the powder is almost gone. So when you heat, you're just gonna get a slight taste of the Jell-O powder. This is more what I like though. I like where you can see the Jell-O powder on it and it's a little more clumpy. Because it's a little bit sweeter. It's a little bit more like candy. So I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of the Jell-O powder. It's all an experiment though on what your taste is. I suggest starting with less, tasting it, and then adding more. Now, these are already really, really good at this point right now because these grapes have been sitting in the fridge. They're already cold. So, I could chow down on these and enjoy them. But, my dad's trying to distract me so he can get in here, forgetting, I guess, that the camera's on and recording every hand move. The best way to do these is to put them in the freezer until they are almost but not quite frozen. I put them in the freezer for 30 to 45 minutes and then I take them out, snack on about half of them, and then put the rest in the fridge, and they stay like that, and they're absolutely amazing at that point. So these are now going, oh, missed a stem on one. Guess I gotta get rid of that. Hush. This is my show, not yours. These are going back in the Ziploc bags and they're going into the freezer. If I remember, I'll show them to you later. I probably won't remember though. Okay, for this part, what you're seeing is you're seeing me put all of the ingredients for my breakfast sausage into a bowl. For this, I am using 97% lean butterball ground white turkey. There's 20 ounces of that, 8% fat ground chicken in a 16-ounce package. I use half a cup of sugar-free syrup for sweetness. I'm making my own breakfast sausage because I haven't found one that I like for the points. I'm kind of picky with my sausages, so I started making my own, and this is a favorite with my father. My seasonings here that you'll see me add is some Italian seasoning. I don't really have measurements. I think throughout the entire recipe, I use maybe a tablespoon of the Italian seasoning. Here I'm adding fennel. Fennel is what makes sausage taste like sausage. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. You can ground the fennel if you don't like the full seeds. I probably use 1 to 2 tablespoons total. I also add a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes and salt and pepper. I add all of this at the beginning. Later on, I put this on my stand mixer and mix it up until it gets a consistency that I like. And I also pay attention to the smell because I do everything with cooking by smell. So I'm not going to show you mixing it, but that's everything that goes into my sausage. So there you go. Now we have some sausage. I'm not using this tonight. What I will be doing is I will be putting it in a gallon Ziploc bag or some other storage container and letting it sit in the refrigerator. The longer you let it kind of sit and meld together, the better it's going to be. After a day or two, that's when I will be cooking and using it. And at that time, I might add a little bit more. Seasoning, I probably will not add more fennel because the fennel will have done its job by then. So that is the way that I do breakfast sausage. It's actually, my dad's been begging for it for a couple weeks now because I haven't done it. You could take this right now and make little meatballs. Now the next thing I want to do is make some kind of like breakfasty spaghetti and meatballs. Ignore the dogs in the background. So yeah, that's the sausage. Wonder what I'll do next. Okay, I got one last recipe for you. This is the last thing I'm prepping. Like I said, this is Saturday night. By the time this is all done, it'll be about an hour worth of prep, but that's with filming. This actually doesn't take that long. Normally I don't prep all of these things the same night. Typically when I get back from the grocery store, we'll do the grapes in the snack pack before I put them away. Tonight just happens to be a night that I can do this, so that's what I'm doing. What I am prepping for our grab and go meals this week is kind of a favorite. It's also one that I don't typically have a recipe for. It changes every time I make it, but it's all about the same thing. What I do when I say a grab and go meal, with church, with Bible studies, with my job, sometimes I leave during the day to go for a walk on lunch, or I won't take a lunch from work. I won't take a lunch break, so I need to be able to grab something and heat it up real quick and not have to cook it. And on weeknights, if I'm not home, I may be eating at Jen's, or I may be eating out, and Dad may be eating here, and instead of having him have to cook a meal for himself, I like to have meals ready-made. So we will eat this throughout the week, either for lunch or dinner. But what I'm making tonight is dirty rice. That's what I call it. You might have a different name for it. Like I said, the recipe changes all the time, so I just call it dirty rice because that about sums it up. For this recipe, there are only 2 things that are going to have points in that. 10 points is going to come from this. This is Uncle Ben's ready rice. This is Spanish style. This is what I have. This is what I have in my pantry. It's going to work great for this. This is like 2 servings in this pouch, but we're going to use this and make about between 8 to 10 servings. At 8 servings, this recipe is 2 points. At 10, I think it goes down to 1 point, maybe 12. I have to double check. But 2 points for the size meal we're going to get is pretty good. This has points. If you were to just eat this entire bag, it's 10 points. The other thing that we're going to do is sausage. This is 13 ounces of turkey smoked sausage. On its own, it has a decent flavor. I'm going to add flavor to it based on how I'm cooking. You can hear my dad in the background. He is chopping peppers. For this recipe, we are using 3 big bell peppers and 1 onion because I want to bulk this up as much as possible, make it go as far as it possibly can, and taste as good as it can. So, bell peppers and onions are going to be a big portion of this. That's some of our vegetable. Because this is not enough rice to call this dirty rice when you divide it up between 8 to 12 servings. I'm actually going to add rice cauliflower. This is also a time-saving thing because the rice cauliflower cooks in the microwave, so does the ready rice. So while I am cooking, the peppers and onions are going to be what takes the longest to cook. While I'm cooking that, I'll be cooking the rice in the microwave. Then I'll saute up the sausage and throw it all together and be done. That's all the points for this. Now, What I don't have in front of me because it's already at my stove is I'm going to be using 2 cans of light red kidney beans. I've drained most of the liquid off of them because I don't want this to be a really liquidy dish. But the seasoning's still there. And then I've got my seasonings now. Like I said, changes every time. This time I'm going to be using some Creole seasoning to give it that Creole flavor. I want it a little bit spicy because spicy is just delicious. My spicy, Jen's spicy is a whole nother level, but this is my spicy. Don't come at me, Jen. I'm also going to be using some red pepper flakes. Not a whole lot of those because we can spice it up as we want when we actually eat it. Also, fun fact, if you cook with red pepper flakes, for something that is staying in the fridge to be used whenever, the longer it sits with the red pepper flakes, the spicier it's going to get. So, no, I don't make it super spicy when I cook it initially. We'll add a little bit more spice to it as it kind of melds all that flavor together. I also have some cumin, some garlic powder, some salt and pepper, of course. I go by smell when I'm cooking. If it smells good, it's going to taste good. I've been cooking all my life that way, and it's never failed me yet. So, smell, some taste tests as you go along. A lot of times I will add pepper jack cheese or some kind of cheese into it while I am cooking it. I'm not adding cheese tonight because I want to keep the base as low point as possible. Now, what we can do is, depending on what our plan is for that day, if we have a few more points to spare, we can add some more rice. I have more ready rice or some brown rice in there, so we could add more rice to this to bulk it up if we wanted to add some more points. Most of the time, the onion's being rude and loud. The onion just apologized to me. Most of the time, if we want to add points, and I will pretty much 100% of the time that I eat this, add some cheese. The last time I made dirty rice and added the cheese into it, I didn't really like it after it sat for several days. And I want this to be able to be in there for the week. We have cheese in the fridge, so what we'll do is when we go to heat it up, put some cheese on it at that time, and it'll be magnificent. But as soon as he's done with this onion, I'm going to start cooking. Just so you guys can see, there's the spices and kind of the setup I have. Like I said, some light red kidney beans, all my spices. That's Tony's Creole seasoning. My dad's been using that on everything, so I hope there's some left in the jar. And we're about to start cooking. I also don't want to cook these until they're completely cooked because they're going to cook longer with the sausage. They're going to cook when we reheat these. So these are almost ready to go. So I'm going to push them off to one side. I'm going to put the sausage in. This is pre-cooked, so all you're doing here is adding flavor. I love that sizzle. So like I said, I'm going to season everything. This is going to get mostly Creole. Ooh, that smells good. That looks burnt. That is not burnt. That is flavor. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that here in a minute. Oh, I love that. Now we mix in. Scrape all that up because that's just your season. That's not burnt. That's not bad. That is deliciousness. Okay. We'll add a little more Creole. A little more salt. Just a little bit of cumin, not a whole lot. I've got enough garlic powder in it at this point. Now, like I said, I drained most of the liquid, but you can see there is some liquid from that. I'm going to make sure that I get up all of that black bits that was on the bottom of the pan, because that's seasoning. And as this water evaporates from the beans, it's just going to put that seasoning straight into the dirty rice. And yes, if you thought I was going to season again, you are correct. Now it does need a little bit more garlic. I can smell it. And some more black pepper. A little more salt. Not a whole lot. And this is where the red pepper flakes come in. Now this is also where the rice cauliflower and the rice come in. I could probably add another bag of rice cauliflower, to be totally honest with you. That looks burnt. That is not burnt. That is flavor. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that here in a minute. Oh, I love that. Now we mix in. Scrape all that up because that's just your season. That's not burnt. That's not bad. That is deliciousness. Okay. We'll add a little more Creole. A little more salt. Just a little bit of cumin, not a whole lot. I've got enough garlic powder in it at this point. Now, like I said, I drained most of the liquid, but you can see there is some liquid from that. I'm going to make sure that I get up all of that black bits that was on the bottom of the pan, because that's seasoning. And as this water evaporates from the beans, it's just going to put that seasoning straight into the dirty rice. And yes, if you thought I was going to season again, you are correct. Now it does need a little bit more garlic. I can smell it. And some more black pepper. A little more salt. Not a whole lot. And this is where the red pepper flakes come in. Now this is also where the rice cauliflower and the rice come in. I could probably add another bag of rice cauliflower, to be totally honest with you. And there you go. And this is the point where I do a little taste test. Off camera, because y'all don't need to see that. Hot. Whew. Yeah. Daddy, come here. Okay. I don't trust my judgment alone, so I'm gonna have Daddy taste. It's hot.
I think I need another taste.
No. Stop.
Oh, come on. Just a little bit more.
Stop.
That's good.
Good. Okay. We're done. I ended up getting 7 servings. Can't put the lid on this yet of the dirty rice because it's still piping hot and needs to cool down some. But that's 7 1.5 cup servings, which is more than enough typically for a meal for us. This particular meal fills you up real quick. I could have stretched it. Words, fun. I could have stretched it into 10 or 12 servings by just adding more cauliflower and more beans. Really, I could have got 12 servings out of this easy. I just didn't want to push it. I have 6 snack packs. These are 5 points. This is actually the most points of anything. So we got 5-point snacks, 2-point meals, 1 point per serving sausage, and 0-point candied grapes. These have been in the freezer 30 minutes. And they're perfect. Oh, so good. So really, just off of what I prepped tonight, we could eat 2 to 3 days not eating anything else. But we will supplement. We have eggs in the morning. I'll make a breakfast casserole at some point during the week. We have other meals, obviously, that we cook throughout the week. This isn't everything. This is not a full week's worth of meals, but it is a day and a half worth of candy grapes and a week's worth of snack packs. So I hope y'all enjoy this. It's a little bit different for me, but I love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful week, and don't forget to look out for Friday's video. Like, subscribe, all of those things. It would really help us out because we are really trying to get the word out there that you can live a healthy lifestyle, enjoy it. We really enjoy our life. And you can do it in a godly way. So, see y'all later. Call this the after the beep. One thing I forgot to mention until I was putting everything in the fridge is I also prepped hard-boiled eggs yesterday. When I know I'm going to have a busy week or a busy weekend, I prep hard-boiled eggs so I can throw them in a salad or I can just snack on them. Love you. Bye.